Very good morning, everybody. Just after sunrise here at Skydive, Arizona, and we're going into day 2 of the action here on the pond with the USPA Nationals of Canopy Piloting. Last week, we started the Nationals up at Skydive Elsinore with the canopy formations and the speed and the wingsuits, and now the action is switched down here for the next few weeks. We've got the 4-way, the 8-way, all the free fall, the artistics as well, but the action right now begins here with the canopy piloting. Yesterday we had 3 rounds of speed and 3 rounds of distance. An incredible day of action pondside in these beautiful conditions. Me, Regan Tetlow and Sonic are going to be bringing you all the action all day long as we go into the zone accuracy. And let's go down to Sonic pondside and just see what's happening.
What's up, everybody? Sonic here at Skydive Arizona. Pondside, as you can see, we have the zone accuracy set up. So the way zone accuracy works, we have 4 gates that are on the pond with a total of 50 points. And then they're going to need to go to the accuracy pit where you have an additional 50 points. So obviously the objective is to, for the open class to be dragging their foot through the water and then popping up, and they got to get into a zone that's about 2 foot by 2 foot and then still stand up to get a total of 100 points. So intermediate class, they have what we call infinity gates, where they just need to fly through those gates. They do not need to drag water. So that's the difference. I just heard 3 whistles, which means canopies are going to be in the air. Action's coming to you any second. Regan's going to stay in studio. I'm going to be pondside out by the gravel pit to see what the zone act scores are. So back to Regan in the studio.
Thank you very much, Sonic. It's going to be a great day of action. And we're starting off with the advanced category today. Look at that beautiful shot there we have of the pond showing all this great purpose-built arena, this parachuting playground, this theatre of dreams. If you just joined us, a very good morning and welcome. Let us know where you're watching from. It's always good to hear from you. And do us a favour, share out the live stream on all your social medias. Let's switch down to the beautiful shots showing all the pond, and now we can see there a great shot. We're going to be starting off with the advanced category with Logan Hall, Nat Stats, Brian Wycomber, Dimitri Dedrick, Wesley Smiley and Michael Woods is going to be our first pass through on the first load of the day as it stood last night. In 5th place, Cornelia Mihai. 4th place, Patrick Kessler. 3rd place, Lou Renkai. 2nd place, Abdulwari Kubaisi. And 1st place, Kurt Bartholomew. Now, we do have 3 guests in there from the United Arab Emirates, from the Skydive Dubai team. So actually, in the USPA Nationals, the top places is Kurt Bartholomew at the top. This is the overall scores. Patrick Kessler currently taking 2nd place. And Mark Place currently in 3rd place. Full day of zone accuracy morning is what we've got for you. All 3 rounds is what we're working for, and we're waiting to begin. Logan Hall, USA, will start us off.
Yes, we see Logan coming in, and another gorgeous day here at Skydive Arizona.
And there we go. That's the whistle. That siren goes. That Logan Hall has started his run, his approach. 100 points available. 50 points on the water. 50 points on the zones. Here he comes.
All right, Logan Hall through the gates. Getting a lot of water, popping up one of those first zones. So good run for Logan Hall.
Next up, Nat Stats will be our competitor coming through. Let's just have a scroll down through the board to see where he is at. Nat Stats on his way, bringing his first run of zone accuracy.
All right, we got the whistle. Starting his turn. Again, beautiful conditions here. Snaps it around. Bringing it onto the water, onto toggles. Wants to stay in the course. You must stay within the course. We had a bit of a hand raise from the judge. Next coming in, Regan.
Next up, we got Brian, Dr. Downsize Wycomber from Cleveland Skydiving Center on his Airwolf 279. Here he comes.
I love the color of this canopy. He's looking good right here. Come through these gates. Needs to pop up, get out into the zone. All right. Next one coming in.
Next up, we've got Dimitri Dedrick. What a great week he's having. He had a fantastic week in the USCPA. Here's Dimitri. 20,000 jumps on the pond.
Dimitri on his turn. Snaps it around. He's a little tight on the course, needing to do a little bit of a correction. Dragging all that water, almost too much water. Trying to keep it in control. Into that first zone. All right, next coming in.
Wesley Smiley now from Mile House Skydiving in Colorado and his VK79.
This looks like a good setup. Here he comes, smooth on his rears. Again, more points for the further gates, but a good zone with a stand-up. Again, if you don't stand up, you don't get all the points.
Michael Woods will be next from Skydive Suffolk. He's on a Valkyrie 75, 1,700 jumps, 5 years in the sport for Michael, and here he comes.
All right. Starting his turn. Tight on the course. Snaps it around on his rears. Straightening it out. Looks like he's going to get most of the water gates. Yeah, looks like he's going to get possibly up the first 3 gates, popping up to the first zone with a stand-up. That's a real good score.
So yesterday we started with the intermediates, then we moved on to the advanced, and then we went on to the pros. Bit of a change of the order for today, and we're starting with the advanced category. And then we're going into one pass of pros. So the pro jumpers will be through next. Christian Ard, Lou Renkai, Adam Mason, Abdulbari Kubaisi, Cornelia Mihai, and Alex Ildefonso will be next through.
Yeah. Oh, all right. We're just trying to get that graphic for you. We're going to have competitors coming in soon. So first coming in, we got Christian Ard.
All right, here we go. Christian Ard starts his approach in the pro class onto the pond.
All right, Christian. Nice setup. Snaps it around. Looks like he's going to be getting all the water gates for sure. Oh, yep. Got to drag that foot all through 4 gates, pop it up, and want to stand up in one of those zones. So good run for Christian Ard.
From the Skydive Dubai team, he's had a great season up and around the summer schedule in Europe. It's Lou Renkai. Finished off in 3rd place in the open category. Christian Ard with 40 points.
All right, here comes Lou Renkai from the UAE. Tapping his rears to toggles, popping it up. He's going to have a real good score here if he stands up. Yeah. 5 up. Great zone.
Next up, Adam Mason will be on the course, and Lou Renkai with 84 taking all the water gates. And Adam Mason lining himself up now. Beautiful morning. It's fresh here in Arizona as the sun rises, but the day certainly warms up. Here he comes, Mason.
Adam Mason starting from the ranch in New York. Here he comes in. Again, first time competing in open. Looks like he's going to get the 3 water gates popping up. Hopefully he stands up in a good zone. So with that last zone where the center pit is, if they go too far, they're going to get negative points. But next coming in,
we have Abdulbari Kubaisi, UAE, a master of zone accuracy. 44 points for Adam Mason. Let's see, Abdulbari, how close to that maximum 100 is he going to get here today?
Yeah, he is really good at this event. Popping up good. Let's hear that cheer from him. Good stand-up, good cheer. Abdulbari is just phenomenal, as Regan said, at this event.
We have 3 competitors here from the UAE. Abdulbari taking the top score at the moment with 91, but another master of zone accuracy approaches. Focus and calm. That's what you see from UAE and Cornelia Mihai.
The Lioness. My little nickname for her. She is fierce, man. She is absolute incredible competitor. I see her surging. She's starting her turn. She is, like Regan said, also a top zone athlete here. Really lined up well. Oh, she's for sure getting all the water gates. Good drag on the pond. All 4 water gates. Good pop up. Going to get that zone, that center zone, but she fell down. 8 down. What an incredible run for Cornelia.
So before that run, the highest score we had was 91 from her teammate Abdulbari. She takes 88. That stand-up landing, that extra 10 points, makes such a big difference in this game. Alex Ildefonso won an award last week at the USCPA. Here he is now. Let's see what he's got to bring in the zone accuracy. I've not seen him in practice in zone ac, so I'm very interested to see just what he can bring us here now. Certainly, at the moment, Abdulbari takes the lead, 91 points.
Yeah, I'm looking for Alex. He's pretty far up there. We got a little time. And maybe at the end of this load, I can grab some of those UAE athletes when they walk back and get a little bit of an interview and see what they think about this event. Yeah, he's up there. Again, beautiful conditions here at Skydive Arizona. We have a slight wind out of the east, so slight. There's barely any ripples on the pond. It's just an absolutely gorgeous morning here in Eloy, Arizona. All right, we see Alex finally making his way over to the top of the pond. Opened a little high, had a little extra time, but here he comes, working his way towards the course. Going to hear a whistle in a second. All right, there it is. That indicates that he's starting his turn. I'm looking up into the sky. He's doing a big turn here, 450. He's going to have a lot of speed coming. He's already to toggle to slow himself down. He's going to drag all this water. He's going to have a good run here if he stands up. Yeah. Oh, rough landing for Alex.
So that completes the first load here for day 2 of canopy piloting at the USPA National Championships. Such a historic event. And you remember, you can check out all the scores on USPAnationals.com. Sonic's going to try and grab some interview guests for us now as we get ready to load up the next plane. But we're going to throw it down pondside with Sonic and, of course, the one and only Abdulbari Kubaisi.
All right, here with Abdulbari Kubaisi from the UAE. How you doing, buddy? You love this course. You love the Zone Act. Tell us about this morning.
I'm good. We have a nice weather today. It's a very light wind, and we start with accuracy. So we're gonna finish with accuracy today, and all good. It's an amazing competition till now.
Tell me about your run. How'd you feel?
Good. I feel so good, man. Yes. Nice wind, nice weather. And the people here is amazing. Thank you, everyone. Woohoo!
That signature cheer from Abdulbari.
Yeah, it's very happy to be here again in Skydive, Arizona. They are amazing people here, amazing drop zone, and always you feel welcoming. Yeah.
So let me ask you, you guys come here, obviously you're not competing for the U.S. Nationals, you're here just to get competition experience. Do you guys travel to other competitions just for the experience?
Yes, we go back from here last month. And we hear they have a national, so we come back for the national to get some train for next year. Next year we'll be here also, the championship.
Yes.
Yes, happy and excited. Can't wait for next year. Woohoo! Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Thank you, Abdulbari. Back to Regan.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to being back here for the World Championships back in Skydive, Arizona. They're making improvements every single day to this place. It just gets better and better. So we're switching it up a little bit with the loads. 2 loads in the competition. We've had the advanced and then into the pros with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Next up, we have the continuation of the pro class before we finish off with the intermediates at the end. So the next plane will be with us in about 10 minutes time.
I haven't seen him in about 10 years.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going into the second aircraft, halfway through the first round of zone accuracy. We are into the pro category. Next up is going to be Logan Marples. He finished off with 399.409. That puts him down in 9th place. But let's just have a look. Up in 8th place, Jesse Wire is only 3 points above him, and below Jeannie Bartholomew is around 15 points down from where he is now. So it's all to play for. Robin Jandal, let's just have a look where she's finished off overnight. 7th place. Again, remember, we've got 3 guests here from the UAE, so they come out of the equation. So that would put her currently in 4th place, just short of the medals. She's on 409.461. And just below her, Jessie Wire, 402.085. So there's only 7 points in it there. All to play for here this morning in zone accuracy. We've had the advanced through the course, and we've had the first block of the pro category. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Here we go. Logan Maples is setting himself up for his run on the course.
Yeah. So again, like Regan said, second half of the pro, then going to the intermediate. Again, crystal clear water, actually a super slight downwind onto the course. Hearing that whistle, meaning that Logan's setting up to start his turn. See him in his black canopy. Again, U.S. Army Golden Knight, Logan Maples, getting ready to set up here. And again, for the past rounds, people have been using the mutant harnesses, but now most will go to the traditional because of the way they need to drag the water. It's harder to drag the water on a mutant. But here comes Logan Maples onto the course. Setting up good. Speed seems good. He definitely looks like he's going to get all 4 water gates. He's going to pop up and see if he can get a good stand-up. All right.
So as it stands now in round 1, the highest 3 scores is Alex Ildefonso, 51, Cody Lemiai, 88, and in the lead, Abdulbari Kubasi on 91. Robin Jandal working out at Paraclete XP. Logan with a 51 points there, but Robin brings her first round of zone accuracy to the pond.
All right, here she comes, multiple turns. There's going to be tight competition. We've got someone right behind her. Definitely deep on the course. She needs to stay between those buoys, dragging all the water. Good zone. Someone tight right on her, right behind her.
This is Eddie Headley on his way in now.
Here he comes, Eddie Heedy. Missed that first gate. He's getting the other 3 gates. Trying to stand up in that center zone.
And Robin brings 59 points. Next up, we have Brian Buffalo. Distinctive colours from Brian as he comes around the corner.
Multiple rotations. He's going to be moving it up. You can see him spread his legs. That sort of slows them down if they feel they're going too fast. He's getting all 4 gates. Pop up. Can he stand up? All right.
Always a little bit tricky when they've got that slight little light and variable, but a little bit of a downwind push. Brian with 67. Here comes Kwa.
Win. Kwa win. White helmet, white sneakers. Little off the course. He's making a correction, already going to toggles, staying within all 4 gates, and actually stood up. That's actually a pretty good run.
Yeah, there definitely is a little bit of a downwind push now through this pond. You can see the ripples, how they are moving through. Makes it so much harder in zone accuracy when you really want to shut it down. 61 points for Kwan, still in the lead. Abdulbari Kubaisi with 91 on the first round of zone accuracy. The second pass is moving its way round. First up will be Mark Pierce.
Yes, Regan said it right. With that downwind push, they're not getting that stop. So usually in zone accuracy, they love to have a little bit of a headwind. That headwind gives them the advantage to be able to pop up and stop in the zone. So when they got that tailwind, like Regan just said, they might have a little too much speed. But again, gorgeous weather here, Skydiving Arizona. Also, maybe I want to give a shout out to our major title sponsor, Abogado Maschincone. Jacob and Anthony, thanks again for sponsoring this event. It means so much to this community to help support these things like the U.S. Nationals. So thanks to Abogado Maschincone.
So Mark Pierce, it's the first look at somebody who's currently in a podium position overall after one day of action. Kurt Bartholomew in the lead, Patrick Kessler in second, and Mark Pierce, when we take out the UAE guests, currently in third place. He's on 433.631 points, so that puts him just less than 30 points clear of Robin Jandal. But all to play for here this morning. Kurt Bartholomew with the maximum 600, of course, and Patrick Kessler, 466.365.
All right. U.S. Army Golden Knight, Mark Pierce. Starting his surge, hearing that whistle indicating he's starting his turn. Mark's set up real nice, it looks like. He's straight on line with the course, snaps it around. He's on his rears. This should be a good run for Mark. He should be getting all the water gates. Yep, dragging that toe. All 4 water gates, 50 points on the water, standing it up. Ooh, didn't stand it up.
Very good morning. If you've joined us on YouTube, great to have you watching live. Here comes current leader, Kurt Bartholomew.
Let's see if we can hear that grunt. Kurt's signature grunt as he comes through and whips it around. He's a little off his line. He's straightening it out. He's going to be getting all 4 water gates for sure. Popping it up. Let's hear that grunt. Great stand up. What a run. Coming in next.
Next up, we have Patrick Kessler, currently in second place.
Yes. Patrick's lined up real nice. Looks like he's got some good speed. Again, all 4 gates, 50 points on the water. Is he going to stand up in the center? Ooh. Real good run for Patrick Kessler.
Great to see Kurt Bartholomew sporting the Spider-Man shirt. Respect for Spidey. Good to see my friend. Next up, Jesse Wire.
Jesse Wire, Rayford, North Carolina, Paraclete XP. Ooh, low. He's spreading those legs. A little too much speed. Tapping his rears. Is he going to get all the water points? For sure he is. He needs to get up and into the pit with a stand-up. Good run for Jesse.
Another shout out as well to our great friend and family member here, Justin Price. I'm sure he's watching. But next up, we move to Jeannie Bartholomew.
All right, Jeannie, multiple rotations. Here she comes with her pink shoes. Her mom's watching. Proud of her daughter here. Look at her switching the toggles, all 4 gates. This is going to be a really good run for Jeannie. Stand it up, Jeannie. All right.
So that concludes our pro class here. Jeannie taking a good score of 74 points. As we move into the last 5 competitors, it is our intermediates who will be bringing us through. Jonathan Pembleton, Anton Demchenko, Julie Pierce, Blake Long, and Derek Deal. Now, if we just look at the scores, give me a second. So we're just checking through how we are doing now. Jonathan Pembleton, currently he is bringing it round for his intermediate. And here we got the scores on the screen for you now. 91 points both for Kurt and Abdul Barry and Patrick Kessler as well. So 3 91s to start us off. That's what we'd like to see. So no change in the overall standings at the top with Kurt and Patrick still in the lead. Kurt Bartholomew, second place. Patrick Kessler. Looking down the scores, the next best after the 91s is 88 from Cornelia, 84 from Lou Renkai, 74 from Jeannie, and then we've got 2 67s from Brian Buffalo and Mark Pierce. Great action.
Yes. So now, again, like Regan said, we're into the intermediate class. And to explain the intermediate one more time is, for these, they must be below the first gate of 3 meters to get those points. And then they call them infinity gates, where if you imagine those gates just going all the way up to the sky, and they just need to fly past those. Again, safety is the first thing at any event like this. So for the intermediate class, that gives them that little extra cushion, not needing to drag the water to get those points. But here comes the first one in. I believe Pemberton.
This is Jonathan Pembleton bringing it round.
Also, you can see some of these competitors changing canopies, sometimes going to a bigger canopy for this event. They don't need the speed like they do for distance and speed, obviously, but here he comes on the course. Looks like he's below that gate. Looks like he's getting all the water gates, and he just needs to stop going too fast.
After the rounds yesterday with the distance and the speed, he found himself in first place on 5.75. Very healthy lead at the moment. Anton Demchenko is representing Ukraine, and it's good to have him here. So he had got the best rounds yesterday, but competing here on a stage, you can call it a world stage because everybody's watching. Let's see what you can bring.
All right, here comes Anton. That Ukrainian colored canopy. Slava Ukraine. Little low, got to snap it around, get onto toggles right away. He was definitely a little low. Flying through those gates. And actually a good stand-up, so a good run for Anton. So our judge raised her hand in the front there, so he might have missed that first gate. Here comes the next competitor.
Next up, Julie Pierce, the most improved swooper of the year, according to the USPA, currently on 263 points. Here she comes, Julie Pierce.
She is lined up real well right now on her rears, needing to switch the toggles. She's dragging some water. They can do that if they want. Needs to want to get a good zone. 3 down.
Thank you very much, Julie. Blake Long will be following Julie in. Let's see what score she got there. 59 points. All the water gates made the entry gate as well. So well done. Blake Long is next. Currently in second place overnight on 276.431.
All right. Blake had a good surge there. He needs to bring it around pretty quick. He's got to switch the toggles. He's a little offline, trying to bring it around. All right.
Next up, Derek Deal to finish this pack and to bring round 1 to a close. Derek currently on 245 points. Here he comes.
All right. Derek swinging it around. He's off course a little bit. He's actually going to bail off to the side here to keep it safe. Sometimes we need competitors to do that. We appreciate him keeping it safe. Yeah, so before we sign off, I want to get a competitor out here, Patrick Kessler.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, Patrick, currently in second place. Tell me how you're feeling.
I'm trying not to be overly confident, just trying to go into it with a level head. It's a new day and a new event, so just trying to play it safe.
Also, how'd you feel in that first run with these conditions?
I can do better.
What do you think you need to do better?
Well, so there's a little yellow box out there. Probably should just land in that thing.
And stand up, huh?
And stand up.
Awesome. Patrick Kessler, everybody. Great job, buddy.
Well, I just want to ask Patrick as well, Sonic, if I can. Patrick, hopefully you can hear me okay. I know you spend a lot of time coaching some of these newer pilots that are coming through. Even though you're in competition mode, are you keeping one eye on your students as well to see how they're doing?
I'm watching, I watch everybody. It's good to measure the wins based on other people's performance. Everybody's got their own style, but just try to keep everybody in a good competitive headspace and try to stay in one myself.
Well, great first round there, neck and neck with Kurt Bartholomew as we go into round 2. But Sonic, thanks very much.
Thanks, Patrick.
Thanks, guys.
como un mal vecino.
Tener un accidente ya es bastante malo.
No tienes que luchar solo contra las compañías de seguro.
Seguiremos luchando
Hasta que obtengamos justicia.
Nunca estás solo.
Nosotros siempre estamos en tu esquina.
Con abogado más chingón,
Luchamos por ti.
Very well, welcome back. It's Skydive Arizona. We're going into round 2 of zone accuracy here in the USPA Nationals. And as it stands right now, into one round of zone accuracy, out in third place, Patrick Kessler. Second place, Kurt Bartholomew. Abdulbari Kabaisi up in first. But here's one of our guest competitors. So actually in the national championships, currently third place Jeannie Bartholomew, second place Patrick Kessler, and first place Kurt Bartholomew. So both Bartholomews currently on the accuracy podium. We're going into round 2 and we start off with the advanced category. Let's have a look how it currently stands in the advanced. We've got in third place Logan Hall, second place Dimitri Derek, and in first place Michael Woods. In the advanced, Sonic is pondside.
Hey everybody, Sonic here, Skydiving Arizona at the side of the pond. Again, absolutely incredible conditions. Competitors are just very happy with it. Winds are just so mild, slightly potentially out of the north, so slightly still a little bit of a downwind. As Regan indicated earlier, sometimes they want that headwind, give them a little bit more of a pop and stop into that zone. The birds in the air, circling about. The judges are getting in place. I want to give a shout out. I think I see Anthony from Abogado Maschincone. Anthony, good to see you. Thanks you again for so much for supporting this event. We appreciate you and Jacob so much. Also, a shout out to the judges standing out here for the days on end in this Arizona sun. Also, the Arizona staff. We really got to give a shout out to them. But I just heard 3 whistles. That means canopies are in the air, and we're going to have some action coming to you real soon.
So as it stands right now in the zone accuracy in the advanced category, after one round, Brian Wankama in third place with 63.2, Logan Hall in second with 75, and out in the top, Michael Woods with the maximum 100. And their scores in the boxes were Brian with 43, Logan Hall with 51, and Michael Woods with 68. It is the advanced category. Logan Hall will start us off through this course from Cleveland Skydiving Center. Waiting for him to get that 0 whistle for him to come through.
Yep, they're circling above, canopies in the air. Again, about 4 to 5 people per pass. Trying to keep the separation good. It helps to have that separation between each competitor so they don't need to run off the course immediately. But again, man, this Arizona sun is great. My wife at home, she's like, "Where's your hat?" And I'll let my forehead burn.
So it's 3 rounds of zone accuracy today. That's all the action we've got for you. And then tomorrow we get on with the freestyle event. Always great action. Make sure you help us out by sharing the live stream across all your social media channels.
Yes, and USPAnationals.com is where you can find all these scores. Again, USPAnationals.com. And I see our first competitor making his way over. We should be hearing that single whistle any second. All right, here he comes. Logan Hall. There's the whistle. Logan's starting his turn. He's a little tight on the course. He's on his rears, straightening it out. Is he going to get all the water? Looks like he's going to get all the 4 water points, 50 points on the thing. Trying to stop. Ooh, good run.
Logan currently in 3rd place on the zone accuracy event. So he wants to try and improve that if he can. Next up, Nat Stats will be with us, but Logan taking 45 points. Here goes Nat.
Here he is, snapping around his turn. He's lined up real good. Again, needs to drag some of that water. He's got that 1st gate, 3rd, 4th gate, popping it up. Can he get a good stop in the zone? Oh, rolled forward.
Yeah, great technique through the water. That's good to watch. In the advanced category, heading towards the pros, Brian Weinkammer will be next, but Nat brings a score of 45 as well. 2 45s.
All right, here comes Brian on that gorgeous canopy. Straight to toggles. He's going to get it. He got the first 3 gates. Can he get a good stop? Oof. And again, if you go past that last zone, you're going to get some negative points.
Next up is Dmitry Dadik, currently in 2nd place on this event. And Brian with 49 points.
Dimitri had to straighten it out. He's on his rears, switching the toggles. Did he get all 4 gates? Did he miss that last gate? He's going to get close to that zone. Yes, and again, to keep all the points on the zone, you need to stand up.
And approaching now, Wes Smiley, currently in 6th place on zone accuracy.
All right, here comes Wes. Is he going to miss that 1st gate? Maybe missed the 2nd gate? Gone a little too far in that zone.
So at the moment, Dimitri takes the high score in this round with 58 against a 49 and 2 45s. And Wes, with his run through the water and on the P's, brings 24 points. Michael Woods currently in the lead. Overall, let's see what he's got for us now.
All right, here he comes. Starting that turn. Tight on the course. On his rears. He needs to get all the water points. Does he get all 4 water gates? Maybe missed that last gate, but he he almost stood up. You can see him, the agony of defeat as he laid in the peas.
So that's the advanced category through. Also in the aircraft, we've got our first block of pro pilots, and they will be with us in a moment. I'm just looking for the score of Michael Woods of 43. So there we go. In the 2nd round of Zone Ike, taking the lead, 58 points with Dmitry Dadik. But lining up now, our first load in the advanced, the open category, the pro category, Christian Ard, Lou Renkai, and Adam Mason, Abdulbari Kubaisi, Cornelia Mihai, and Alex Ildefonso.
All right. Yeah, these guys, we know that they practice this zone, these UA team, they practice this zone so much. Been to the last competitions watching them, and they are just phenomenal on figuring out the distance that they need and standing up in that top zone. All right, single whistle.
Here we go. It's Christian Ard approaching the course.
All right, Christian, looks like he got a nice setup. Snaps it on line, on his rears. He's looking really good. He should be getting all 4 water gates, no problem. He's going to pop up. Can he stop? Can he stop in that center zone? I think hand down.
In the first round, Christian managed 40 points, giving him a 43.956 with the percentage. Next up, Lou Renkai approaches. He managed to bring 92, but Christian with an 81.
Good run for Christian. All right, here comes Lou Renkai from the UAE. Switching the toggles, hitting his knee in the water. Can he get a good stand-up stop? Almost 6 down. Good run for Lou Renkai.
Lou Renkai taking 84 on round 1, brings 81 on round 2. Next up, Adam Mason.
All right, Adam. A little deep. He needs to straighten it out to get it on the pond. He's got to get some water. He's on his rears. He's looking good. All 4 water gates. Yeah, Adam. Popping it up. Can he get a good stop? Stand it up. 5 down. If you touch a knee to the ground, that's considered down. If you put a hand down, that's considered down. They need to stay on their feet to
So
maintain
Adam with 74 points there for us. He took 44 in round 1, and this is Abdulbari Kubaisi.
Got to interview Abdubari before, man. He is just so happy. Slow on his turn. He's a little off. He's getting his legs wide to slow himself down. He's dragging all 4 water gates. For sure he's popping up. Flapping the wing. Good stand-up. Abdubari.
Nice job, Abdulbari Kubaisi, one of the premier canopy pilots in the world. And of course, when it comes to zone accuracy, he's always on fire. He brought 91 points on round 1, 84 points on round 2. Next up, Cornelia Mihai.
I see the lioness, Cornelia, setting up, bringing it around. She is so talented. She's been competing for so many years at all these world levels. Going to hear that single whistle as he sets up to surge. Starting her turn. Snaps it around. She's moving pretty fast. She's going to need to drag some water to slow herself down. Looking real good through all 4 gates. Look at this pop-up. Can she stand it up in the center zone? 6 down.
Cornelia, what a talent she is. 88 points on round 1. And on that one, she brings on her second round of 81 points. So 81 points currently for Christian Ard, Lou Renkai, and Cornelia. But Abdulbari taking the lead in round 2, currently with 84. Next up, Alex Ildefonso.
All right, Alex. Here he comes. 450 turn. Snaps it around. I wish you could hear these canopies just. He's coming in. He's definitely going to get all 4 water gates. Ooh, he might have lifted up. He lifted up before that last one. Did he stand up? He stand up? Yeah. Good run for Alex.
Alex bringing 51 points on round 1. I think he's going to improve there with that second round score. Still a little bit of downwind push coming through, but Alex's score on round 2.
All right.
We're just waiting for that to come through. It's 68, so a good improvement there for Alex. Next up, Logan Maples, Robin Jandal lining themselves up. Eddie, Brian Buffalo, and Choir Win.
Yeah. All right. So that was the first load of the second round, and I'm standing here actually with Mike Woods. Mike, where you from? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm from Skydive Suffolk in Virginia, currently working at our Fly Virginia Beach out there. It's a great time.
Awesome. How long you been competing?
This will be my second full year. Last year I did intermediate, and then this year is my first year in the advanced.
Have you been competing on the USCPA events?
Yes, I started in 2023 with Meet 5, did Meet 5 and 6, did Nationals, and then last year, yep.
You're currently in the top leaderboard for your class. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I just came out here with the mentality of putting down some good runs and not zeroing, because I had a pretty bad performance at cross keys at the last meet. So I just out here trying to put down some scores, and I'm doing that. So I'm pretty happy with how I'm performing today.
Listen, great job. Is there anybody at home that's watching? I'm going to give a shout out to?
Sarah, if you're watching, love you.
I want to give a shout out to Brendan and Gia, who are now working at I-5 Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
If you guys are watching, sending some love to you guys there. Hey, Mike, great job. Keep it up,
Thanks,
pal.
Sonic. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Mike. Thank you very much, Sonic. We'll be back with the second half of round 2 of zone accuracy when that Twin Otter is above and center. We'll see you then.
Como un mal vecino.
Tener un accidente ya es bastante malo.
No tienes que luchar solo contra las compañías de seguro.
Seguiremos luchando
Hasta que obtengamos justicia.
Nunca estás solo.
Nosotros siempre estamos en tu esquina.
Con un abogado más chingón,
Luchamos por ti.
Welcome back, everybody. It is Skydive Arizona, bright and early in the morning, 8:26. We've done a round and a half of zone accuracy already. Beautiful conditions. You can see that view there. Gorgeous open sky and the pond waiting for the action. We're into the second round of zone accuracy. If you're watching on YouTube, very good morning to you. Do us a favour, share it on your social media channels and let's get it all out there to the open. We've had some good runs. It has been a little bit of a downwind push. We're looking to see what we can bring next as we move into the pro category. To start us off will be Logan Maples, and pondside is Sonic.
All right, here we are. Yeah, again, load 2, as Regan said, starting with the open class. Again, for all the scores, USPAnationals.com, and you can follow along there as well to follow the scores. Again, conditions have maintained the same. Absolutely gorgeous morning. The winds are barely out of the east a little bit, a slight little flutter as we see the little windsock move, glass-like on the pond. So again, perfect conditions for these competitors here for this zone accuracy. We're just going to have some action coming in soon. As I look up to the sky, I see Logan coming in. So we're going to hear a whistle, which indicates his starting his turn.
Just looking at the open category, Logan Maples currently down in the second half of the block, but see what he can do here in zone accuracy round 2.
Here he comes. Army Golden Knight, Sergeant First Class Logan Maples. All 4 gates popping up. Can he stand up? Yes, good stand up. Good run for Logan Maples.
That's a good result for him. He brought a score of 51 in round 1. He's certainly going to improve on that. Let's see what he's got. Here comes Robin Jangle. And Logan with 84.
All right, Robin. She's in that top leaderboard for overall. She's doing really well. Had to correct her turn. She's going to drag all 4 water points for sure. Is she going to get a stand up in the zone? Ooh, almost down. Minus 10 points when they go down. Next
59
up.
points for Robin. Here comes Eddie.
Eddie. Carving it through the zone. Going really fast, so he's trying to stop. Again, I was mistakenly saying that you get negative points. It's just less points if you go past that last zone.
And Robin bringing 74 there on the second round. And Eddie, his score, 65. Here is Brian Bruffalo.
There he is on the course, lined it up. Multiple rotations, getting all 4 points. Can he pop up and stop? Pop and stop. Up, down. 4 down, zone 4 down.
Brian bringing 67 points on round 1. 67 again on round 2. Here's Kwa Win.
All right, Kwa. All black except for his helmet and sneakers. He's very easy to notice. Here comes Kwa. Switching the toggles. All 4 gates. Pop it up. Can he stop? Ooh, can he stand up? Ooh, fell down. 4 down.
Wow, with 61 on round 1. This is round 2 of zone accuracy here at the USPA Nationals. Remember, you can check out all the scores at USPAnationals.com. All the results are there. 67 points for Kwai. And also the results from previous competitions as well. You can find them all on USPAnationals.com. Second pass, should I say, is lining up. And in there is Mark Pierce. Keep an eye on Mark on his scores. He's been having a great competition. 67 points for him on round 1. What's he got for us on round 2?
Yes, again, Mark Pierce, part of the U.S. Army Golden Knights, world famous Golden Knights. They travel the world, travel the U.S. doing demonstration jumps, but they also have competition team. They have 4-way team. They have this CP team. I believe the crew team, Regan, you were may remember in Elsinore, I think the crew team, the Golden Knights, won over in Elsinore, which is one of the first few times that the crew team's been competing for the Golden Knights, but I'm pretty sure that they won the 2-way. But next up, coming Mark Pierce, looking up to the sky. He's starting to set up, starting to come in. Again, wait for that single whistle. All right. Starting his surge. There's that whistle. Again, looks like it's going to be a multiple rotation. Oh no, single rotation. He's pretty deep. He snaps it around. He's on his rears. This is going to be good for Mark. Dragon already switching the toggles. All 4 gates. Can he stand up in the zone? 5 up. Good run for Mark.
Great job there from Mark Pierce. Coming up next, Kurt Bartholomew. Mark taking an 84. What's Kurt got to bring now? He brought a 91 on the first round. Are we going to see the first maximum of the day? Kurt Bartholomew, here he comes.
Yeah, we all want 100 for everybody. Here comes Kurt. A little bit of his grunt, his signature grunt. Getting his legs open, trying to slow himself down. Dragging all 4 gates. Popping up. He's going to get that center zone. 7 up.
And straight behind him, Patrick Kessler approaches.
Here comes Patrick, also spreading those legs, trying to slow down, switching the toggles, popping it up. Can he get a good stand-up? Ooh.
Kurt Bartholomew brings 96 points on round 2 of zone accuracy, and Patrick Kessler brings 81 points. Next, we have Jesse Wire.
Jesse Wire, PD Flight 1, out of Rayford, North Carolina, Paraclete XP. Snaps it around. Spreading the legs, trying to slow down a little bit on his rears. Tapping the rears. All 4 water gates. 3 up.
See the difference now on the pond with that wind just switching round to the side. Getting a few more stand-up landings. 69 points for Jesse. Here comes Jeannie Bartholomew.
All right, Jeannie's mom's cheering her on. Jeannie, multiple rotations. Snapping it around on her rears with her pink shoes, getting down the course, getting all 4 water gates for sure, popping the toggles. Can she stand up? Almost. Good run for Jeannie.
So those 3 whistles, that tells us our intermediate class are exiting the aircraft as we finish off the pro category, and Jeannie bringing a score of 67 points, but still the highest there on round 2 is Kurt Bartholomew with a 96, followed by Abdul Barry with an 84, and Patrick with 81, Cornelia 81, Lou Renkai 81, Mark Pierce 84, also Logan Maples with an 84, and down there Christian Ard bringing a very nice 81. Good job there from Christian Ard. That's going to help him as we calculate and put everybody in the correct order and get the correct scores. We move onto the intermediate category. Let's have a look how it stands on the intermediates. Jonathan Pemberton has been very strong throughout, and of course he's still up there in first place overall. Let's have a look though at the accuracy scores and see how that's working. In accuracy, currently Julie Pierce took the top score of 59 points. Really impressed with what I'm seeing Julie over this year from the events I've seen her at the USCPAs, at Cross Keys, and here, and now with the Nationals as well. She won the award as the most improved pilot of the year. So it's great to see a female competitor really throwing it down at the top of the pike. And in accuracy, Blake Long took 46 points on round 1. Julie took 59 points, so she gets the maximum 100. But what's going to happen here with these 5 competitors? It is the advanced category, the intermediates. They are the newer ones on to the course, moving up into advanced, and then if they get the pro card, into the open. But we wait for them to come through.
All right. Again, the intermediate. The difference now for these next group of competitors for the intermediate class, it changes to the 3-meter first gate, gate 1, and then the infinity gates coming through the course. Again, they don't have to drag water. Can they? Absolutely. But they have the different rules for the safety margin to keep things safe. And already hearing a single whistle, and we're going to have Jonathan Pemberton coming in first. Red canopy, he's on his rear. She's lined up pretty good. Again, he needs to be below that 3-meter gate. All through the gates, popping up. Ooh, he's up pretty high. He needs a good stand up. Ooh.
A lot of height there from Jonathan Pemberton in first of our intermediates through the course. Let's have a look at the score that he's generated as we wait for Anton Demchenko. But Jonathan Pemberton with a 44.
Nice. All right, here comes Anton on that Ukrainian colored canopy. Slava Ukraine, baby. Here comes Anton through the course. Looks like he got that gate. Getting all 4 gates. Going to stand up. Oh, almost stood up. Got tripped on that zone tape.
Anton Demchenko bringing it through with his score of 51. And now Julie Pierce with her second attempt at zone accuracy.
Here comes Julie, already switching the toggles. She's dragging some water, maybe help slow herself down. And in that first zone, down.
It's always good to get those first couple of gates, get some scores on the water. 51 points, equaling what we saw from Anton Demchenko. Great result from Anton as well. 2 more to come, Blake Long and Derek Deal.
All right, here comes Blake, starting his surge. He's got to bring it around pretty quick. Bring it around on his rears. He's lined up good. He's got some good speed coming through those gates. Can he stop before going out past the end? Nope.
Blake currently in second place after the first round with 46 points. And to finish us off, Derek Deal.
All right, here comes Derek. Starting his turn. Bringing it around on his rears. Definitely below those gates. Can he get a stand up here in third zone maybe? Nope. 3 down.
Derek took a 0 on round 1, so he'll be happy here now to get some points on the board on his second round of zone accuracy with 59. So 59 points, quite a few of those coming through. On the intermediate section, that completes round 2 of zone accuracy. Here we're whistling through the day, currently 8:38 a.m. It feels like 2 in the afternoon, but we're gonna grab somebody over for Sonic to have a chat with as we wait for the next aircraft to bring our next competitors up into the sky. But what a beautiful day it is here as well. Blue skies, clear pond. We must give a big shout out to our sponsors. Without our sponsors, we wouldn't have a competition. And Abogado Mas Chingon is here with Sonic.
All right. Pondside here with Anthony from Abogado Mas Chingon. Anthony, again, this community thanks you guys and your company for supporting these events. Without you guys doing this, it just makes it hard for us to bring it to the people at home. So first of all, thank you for that. And we know you're a young skydiver. So tell us a little bit about yourself and Abogado.
So, yes, I am a skydiver. I've got about 240 jumps, putting together a beginner 4-way team for the Nationals this year, so really excited about that. Abogado Mas Chingon is a accident law firm. We help people that have been in auto accidents, trucking accidents, dog bites, slip and falls. Anytime somebody gets hurt and it's somebody else's fault, that's who we help. We're a contingency firm, which means we don't get paid unless we get our clients a settlement. Any money we spend, they don't pay us back unless we get them a settlement. I'm a little bit different than a lot of attorneys. I'm also an Arizona private investigator and an Arizona and Texas licensed insurance adjuster. So those extra licenses and experience help me do better for my clients. So it's very exciting.
That's awesome. So, as we know, later this week is going to be the 4-way formation. You're saying it's your first time competing. Tell us a little bit about your team and what you've been doing.
Yeah, so the team is called the Dust Devils. It's daunting, right? And, we've been training together. We've only been jumping together a little over a month. 3 of us are rookies. 1 guy's pretty experienced, John Zito. And we're just having fun with it. We probably wouldn't be doing it except for that the Nationals are here. And we don't have to travel anywhere, so we're going to take advantage of it and support the community and just have a lot of fun.
Listen, I have to tell you, that's almost the exact same story that I had for my very first Nationals. I had about the same amount of jumps, and the Nationals came to my home drop zone, Skydive the Ranch in New York, and me and my buddies were the same thing. We're like, how can we not compete? We don't got to go anywhere. We get to sleep in our own bed and just go have fun. I really encourage the jumpers out there. Listen, you don't need to be first, second, or third to have fun. Trust me when I say that. You do not. So coming here, you guys competing, and most importantly, having fun is really great. But again, Abogado Mas Chingon, thank you so much for your support. Thank you, Anthony.
You're very welcome. And I would be remiss to say if my partner, Jacob Levitt, he couldn't be here today, but he's a brand new jumper, 7-8 jumps, and he's getting his license, and he's very excited to and wanted me to convey that as well. Good luck to everybody.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Anthony.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Everybody.
Thank you very much, guys. We will be back with round 3 and the final action for this morning on the pond at Skydive Arizona. Once that plane is up and centered, we'll see you soon.
Como un mal vecino.
Tener un accidente ya es bastante malo.
No tienes que luchar solo contra las compañías de seguro.
Seguiremos luchando.
Hasta que obtengamos justicia.
Nunca estás solo.
Nosotros siempre estamos en tu esquina.
Con abogado más chingón,
Luchamos por ti.
Como un mal vecino.
Teniendo un accidente ya es bastante malo.
No tienes que luchar solo contra las compañías de seguro.
Seguiremos luchando.
Hasta que obtengamos justicia.
Nunca estás solo.
Nosotros siempre estamos en tu esquina.
Con un abogado más chingón,
Luchamos por ti.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going into the third and final round of zone accuracy. The plane is in the air. Beautiful conditions again. Look at that gorgeous sky. It's been a great round already. We've just had this morning 2 rounds of zone AC, and let's go pondside, where Sonic is with Mark Pierce.
What's happening, everybody? Sonic here with Staff Sergeant Mark Pierce, U.S. Army Golden Knights. Mark, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long you been with the Army? How long you been on the Golden Knights?
So I've been with the Army for just over 7 years now, and I've been with the Golden Knights for about 5 of that. But started jumping before I was in the Army at Skydive Orange in Virginia, and then joined the Army, got stationed in Alaska, then just tried out for the team, and it's all been history since then.
Awesome. So how long have you been with part of the CP team? I know you and also Logan Maples are the main guys part of the CP team. How long have you been part of that team?
This is my 3rd year with the CP team. I started in the advanced class and had a really good season, got bumped up to the open class, competed in that all last year, figuring out the mutant, feeling things out, and then this year competing in open again and been having a really good season.
Yeah, we're talking about the Mutant. A lot of competitors that are on traditional harnesses wanting to make their way to the Mutant for the faster speeds. Tell me about that transition and what it was like for you.
It is a steep transition. It feels like starting over again. Everything changes, the sight picture, how you want to execute the turn, the sensitivity in the harness. It's a huge learning curve. And the speeds that you can get are just like unmatched. Switching from a standard harness over to the Mutant with the more aerodynamic design and how fast you can go through the courses. And you have to be so much lower. So even the sight picture as you're coming across the water changes, being from upright to being laying down going through the course. Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, no, it's tough. So you're currently in the top leader, I think the 3rd or 4th overall currently, doing real well zone accuracy. You're going to have your last round here. Tell me about your strategy.
Just setting up comfortable, making sure I'm nice and smooth across the water, and going for that stand up as always, but just playing it safe and trying to get as good of a score as I can, going in relaxed.
Awesome. So you have people at home they want to give a shout out to?
My wife's here, so I can't give a shout out to her, but give a shout out to my parents at home, and hope you're watching the whole show and cheering us on.
Awesome. Speaking about your wife, Julie, she's been doing absolutely fantastic. I think Regan kept saying one of the most improved. Tell us about how proud of you are of her.
I am so proud of my wife. She's just gone exponentially better and better through her progression, and getting to see it all firsthand has been very rewarding to be a part of it and get to see it all.
That's awesome. Again, Staff Sergeant Mark Pierce, U.S. Army Golden Knights. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mark. Thank you very much, Sonic. This is the 3rd round of zone accuracy we are going into, and we start with the advanced. And in the advanced categories, it stands right now in the accuracy. We've got Brian Wankammer in 3rd place, Logan Hall in 2nd, and Michael Woods out there in 1st. And a big shout out to Jenna and Anna who are watching at home for Brian. We'll be giving you another shout out once he's in the air as well. So 1st round, we had Logan Hall coming through with a 51. And on the 2nd round, a 45. In the 1st round, Michael Woods currently in the lead with a 68 and a 43 on round 2. So it's all to play for now with these standings in this advanced category on their way up from beginners through to pro class. And Sonic, how's those wind blades looking down there, pondside?
You know, it's continuing to be an absolutely incredible morning. The sun is finally nice and warm. You know, we got here at 5 o'clock or something to start setting up, and it was cold and chilly in this desert environment, but now the sun's up. Everybody's got their t-shirt and shorts on. The conditions have not changed. There's just the slightest wind. Actually, it's almost transitioned out of the north now. It was in the east, it was west, so it's just sort of definitely changing a little bit of directions. Again, I think the competitors would like it to almost come out of the south. So when they come through the water and they pop up for their zone, they get a little bit more stopping power. But right now, it's absolute incredible weather here at Skydive, Arizona for the 2025 CP Nationals.
We start off with the advanced category on this first load. On the first group on the way through, Logan Hall, Nat starts, and Brian will be bringing it out. Then we move into the same aircraft with the first block of the pro category. Then onto the second plane with the pros and finishing off with the intermediates here at the USPA Nationals. Remember, you can check out all the scores on USPAnationals.com. You can check out all the results of this event, the event last week over in Elsinore with the wingsuits and the canopy formations and the speed event. What a great competition that was. And you can check out as well all the results from previous years. But let's go pondside where Sonic is with the pond side here with the action and Sean Hill.
All right, everybody. Pond side here with Sean Hill, DZO. Sean, I have to tell you, every time I come here for your events here at Skydive Arizona, it is just top notch. Your staff and everybody here is absolutely incredible. Who do you want to say thank you to?
Oh, the list is long. Everybody that comes out and helps at Skydive Arizona is very valued. They put a lot of effort into making it good for the competitors, and it's much appreciated. The list is too long to list.
I know I sort of put you on the spot there, but I can't tell you thank you so much for having us out here. Thank you for setting up this incredible pond for us. Thank you for paying the weather gods for this incredible weather for the Nationals. And this is just a start, because you got another week and a half, 2 weeks of all the other stuff. Tell us a little bit about what's going on later this week.
Yeah, we have the vertical formation and formation skydiving, and as well as artistics coming up, and we look forward to hosting a lot of different competitors.
We know a lot of drop zones don't realize the capacity of what Skydive Arizona has. I know when four-way hits, you guys are going to probably be flying about 120 plus loads potentially in one day. That's one day, people, 120 loads. Tell us a little bit how the machine sort of works.
Once we move into four-way, actually we'll probably run 4 or 5 Twin Otters and dropping about every 2 minutes. So it runs pretty well, like a well-oiled machine. So we've done a lot of them and looking forward to it. So obviously it depends on how many teams we end up with.
Absolutely. I was telling Charles, our production guy, wait till he sees four-way. He's been here for CP events, but like you just said, start 7 o'clock. Man, there are going to be canopies in the air nonstop till almost sunset. But again, thank you to Skydive Arizona, the Hill family, for doing what you do for this sport. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
5 minute call, 5 minutes for comp load, 6 timers, 23, 20, 24, 21, 22, 25, 29, 27, 28, 26, 1, 4, 5, 2, and 3. 5 minutes, competition load 6.
And we're going to be bringing you a live show every day for the rest of the Nationals all the way up until the end of the month and the 1st of November as well, with interviews, analysis, looking back at the jumps, and studio guests taking us through every day. There's 3 whistles. That's telling us this third round of zone accuracy is about to begin. The aircraft up at 6,500 feet, one of the fleet of Twin Otters here from Skydive Arizona, bringing our first competitors in the advanced category, exiting the aircraft now, preparing themselves for this run, removing their pilot chutes, getting themselves set up, loosening those chest straps off, and getting themselves ready to bring it into the course. Looking at the blades now, it looks like zero wind out there. Looking at the pond, there is a bit of movement on the water. It is just moving from your screen from right to left, but it's not really doing much at all. It's certainly one thing it is not is a headwind. Looking for those stand-up landings, just 1 or 2 knots into wind, it makes it so much easier to take that stand-up landing at the end. It is the USPA Nationals third and final round of zone accuracy. As it stands right now in this event, in the accuracy, in the advanced, Brian Weinkammer third place, Logan Hall second place, Michael Woods out in the lead. And let's look at the scores between third and second. 163.2 for Brian, 166.8 for Logan. So it's going to be a good little fight off there. And their scores, well, Logan took the round one, but then Brian took round two. So there's a possibility of it just switching up there for that podium position in the accuracy. But Michael Woods, he took the lead on round one. He actually took the third score out of those three in round two. He's on 187.75. So actually this round now could really switch things up for those podium positions here in advanced.
All right. We got canopy in the air. We're going to hear a single whistle as we see Logan going to start his entry, starting his turn, bringing it around. Tight on the course a little bit, but it looks like he's going to get all four water gates potentially. Absolutely. He needs to stop. He's going way too fast. Ooh, little tumble through the pea gravel. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah,
Thank God I'm wearing that helmet.
Quite a little flick around with the head there, but McChick, he's all right. And that stats will be coming through next with his run. But Logan looking for his score. Let's see what he got.
Let's see. Nate's coming in, carving it through. Also going a little bit fast out the back end of the zone.
So Logan with a 59. So that's out of what they've been scoring already in this category. It's about the middle of the range from what they've had. And Nate brings his score. But Brian now, big shout out to Jenna and Anna watching back home. But a 0 for Nate.
All right, here comes Brian going straight to toggles. Again, also a little fast, almost a little offline. He's trying to slow down too. All right, this little bit of a downwind is giving these competitors a bit of a difficult challenge here. Going a little too fast. We just saw that with these past three.
It's making it tricky now for these guys. Dimitri will be coming up next. 43 for Brian. Dimitri currently in fourth place on 126.9. But here he comes with his third and final round of zone accuracy.
Yeah, Dimitri's setting up a little bit further back. Sometimes that's an advantage where you got competitors in front of you. You can see how they're doing, how the wind conditions are. He's trying to stop it. 5 down.
There's going to be a better score for him. He had 35 on round one, 37 on round two. And as Wes Smiley starts his approach, I can tell you now that Dimitri's score.
All right. Here comes Wes. All four water gates for sure. Oh, maybe missed that last gate, popping it up. Definitely past that last zone. So again, challenging conditions as it shifts a little bit downwind. Here on the ground, it's really light. But up top, it might be a little bit more. But we're definitely, if you see the wind blades across the pond.
So I just want to say, sorry, Sonic, just want to say Dimitri there, he brought in 81 points. Wes only with a 0, though. But Michael Woods currently in the lead. 68 points round one, 43 points round two. Here he comes.
He's tight on the course. He needs to correct. He needs to slow down. He's going to be going out the back end of the course. Ooh! Make sure he's okay. Wow. He's good. Thumbs up from Mike.
We were talking to Michael before he got on to the transport to the aircraft, talking about assessing these conditions, and he would be watching from the air to see that there is that downwind push. But yeah, with a 0 there, Michael Woods. But the best score so far on the advanced category, 81 points. Dimitri Dedek. Just everybody's gathering around Michael. I'm sure he's fine.
He's standing up. He's talking. So definitely glad to see that he's okay. Again, this downwind making it really difficult for these competitors. When you have that downwind, you cannot stop as much as you want. Glad to see that he stood up, gave a thumbs up, and that he's okay.
And good job for all the judges there getting around and monitoring the pond. And I just want to be big shout out to Jim Rees, one of our pond and judging staff here, celebrating his 39th Sky birthday, 39 years ago since he did his first jump. Well done there, Jim. And I think Randy Connell's celebrating his 39th as well. But we're moving to the pro category. And here comes Christian Hard.
All right, Christian. He's definitely a little bit deeper. Still coming in pretty fast with that downwind push. Looked like he's going to get all 4 gates. Can he stop, though? Oh, a little bit better stop with the stand-up. Nope. 5 down.
Christian starting off the pro category. Here comes Lou Ren Kai. Lou with an 84 on round 1, 81 on round 2.
All right, Lou Ren Kai on his rears. Again, these competitors, you can tell that they're moving way faster, and they know that they need to stop.
And Lou, part of the 3 guest competitors we've got from the Skydive Dubai team from the UAE. Lou bringing a 74 through the course. Adam Mason will be next.
All right, here comes Adam, starting his setup, starting his turn. Started a little high, needs to bring it around a little bit. Actually, not moving too fast. This might be advantageous to him. I don't know if he got that gate. He looks like maybe he got all 4 gates. Can he stop in the center? Almost.
Yeah, Adam brought 44 in round 1, 74 in round 2. So that was a really good second round score for Mason. Abdulbari Kubaisi, part of the UAE team, will come through next, but Adam bringing 65 on his third and final round. Abdulbari with a 91 and an 84. Again, part of our guest competitors. 91, 84. What's he got for us on round 3?
Here he comes, spreading his legs. He knows he needs to slow down. He's on his rears, got that toe down in the water, switched into toggles. I don't know if he got that last gate or not. He might have. Stand up. He's excited for that run. Abdulbari.
He is an absolute master when it comes to zone accuracy. He just has it in his DNA. The stand-ups as close to the centre as he possibly can. What did he have for us there? 75. So it's missed out on one of the gates, but 75 score for Abdulbari. Now, Cornelia Mihai, another one of our guest competitors with an 88 in round 1, 81 in round 2. Cornelia Mihai.
Here she comes. On her rear. She's nice and deep, man. She saw these other competitors. She knows she needed to set up deep. All 4 gates. Here she is. Is she going to stop in that dead center? She did. Didn't stand up, though. Going to be a real good score for Cornelia from the UAE.
Another master of this event. 90 points for Cornelia Mihai. Alex Ildefonso is our next competitor through with a 51 on round 1, 68 on round 2 in the accuracy scores.
All right, here comes Alex, starting his turn. He's been doing a 450. He's a little tight on the course. He needs to do a little bit of correction. He's spreading those legs. He needs to slow down a little bit. He better drag a lot of water, switching to toggles. Missed that last gate. Can he stop it and shut it down? Ooh, center, but going past the end.
Yeah, and that brings our first aircraft in this final round to a finish as it lands behind the trees. 49 points to Alex Ildefonso. So it's all to play for in the categories as we have one more aircraft to come with the final competitors in the pro, and then into our intermediate little event as well, a little other competition taking part here in the championships. Overall scores, Kurt Bartholomew out in front with 800 points. Let's see if Sonic has a guest for us at the moment.
Let me
He's going to try and find somebody while we just tell you about
Adam.
what we saw there with those little scores we had coming through. Cornelia Mihai, we saw just a moment ago with 88 and 81 and then a 90, I think it was, if I've got it on my screen. 90 points for Cornelia. And we're going to just have a chat down pondside with Sonic.
All right, Sonic Pondside here at Skydive Arizona with Adam Mason. I've known Adam since he started at Skydive the Ranch in New York. This is Adam's first time competing in open. You've been on the swoop circuit or the canopy piloting circuit for a couple years. Adam, tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're coming from.
I started in New York, Skydive the Ranch. I'm in California now, Skydive Paris, Skydive Elsinore. And just first time being able to jump with all these heroes of mine and trying to work out my new canopy from Fluid Wings HK2, which I love, and just doing the best I can.
So when did you start the canopy piloting journey?
2020. I think my first comp was Z-Hills with USCPA in early 2020. Did a couple that year and then dove into it more the next couple of years after that and started trying to get to every comp I could.
Great job. Is there anybody at home we would give a shout out to?
Nah.
Great job, Adam Mason.
Good seeing you.
All right, buddy.
All right, brother.
Thank you very much, Adam. Great to see you there. Great character as well. This means a lot to him, this competition. You can see that too. So we are going to be bringing the final aircraft, the final Twin Otter of the zone accuracy competition and today's action to you in about 15 minutes time. In the meantime, stick around, share the live stream out on your social media, and we'll see you soon.
Como un mal vecino.
Teniendo un accidente ya es bastante malo.
No tienes que luchar solo contra las compañías de seguro.
Seguiremos luchando
hasta que obtengamos justicia.
Nunca estás solo.
Nosotros siempre estamos en tu esquina.
Con un abogado más chingón,
luchamos por ti.
Well, it feels like we've only just started and we're almost at the end. It's a third round of zone accuracy, and our half of this round is out of the plane. It's a second load of the aircraft, and we are starting off with Logan Maples, who's brought us a 51 and an 84. But Sonic, what a morning it's been. It goes quick.
Yes, it does. It's can't believe it. It's almost over for this conventional, which is the speed, distance, and zone accuracy as we're finishing up today. But I have to tell you, tomorrow starts the freestyle. That's the excitement. My personal favorite, where people get crazy on the pond, performing incredible moves. We've been starting at about 7 a.m. here, talking to the meet director, Randy. He's not sure. We might start a little bit later, but we're not sure because some of the competitors are like, hey, it's really cold in the morning, and they tend to get really wet during freestyle. But definitely, please tune in tomorrow for the live feed for the freestyle action that's going to be happening here at Skydiving, Arizona.
Yeah, we're with you all day, every day, and even then when we move into the freefall elements, we're going to be bringing you something different, a live show every day with in-depth analysis and interviews and showing you some of the jumps and looking at the teams as well and finding out just how it all works on the full Nationals event. But here we are, canopy piloting, getting towards the end of the classics with those three events. Logan Maples starts his approach.
All right. Army Golden Knight, Sergeant First Class, Logan Maples. Little offline, but keeping it on his rears. Switching to toggles, all four gates. Can he stand up in the center zone? He needs to stand up. Tried so hard to keep it on his feet.
Logan Maples finishing off his run there. Robin Jandal now starts her approach, and Logan with an 81.
Yes, here comes Robin. USA rep for gyro canopies, spreading her legs to slow herself down at a Paraclete XP. Robin's been doing really well in this competition. Can she stand it up for a good score? Ooh, down to her knee. Next
Thank
up.
you very much, Robin. Next up's going through a course. We have Eddie Heady.
Ed Heady, here he goes. Can he up? Oh, past that end of the last zone there. That's a tough score for Eddie.
And right behind, moving fast now, Brian Buffalo starts his approach.
Buffalo. Brian's deep. That's okay. He needs to drag a lot of water to slow himself down. He's on his rears, switching to toggles, popping it up. Can he stop? Can he stop? Almost.
So it was a 67 for Robin, 24 for Eddie. And Brian looks down at his canopy as we wait for his score to come through. Next up, Kwai win, but Brian breaks 65.
All right, here comes Kwa. Multiple rotation. He's tight on the course. He's offline. He needs to correct it. He's straight to toggles. He's actually dragging a lot of water. He's actually going to make a good run out of this for Kwa win. And he stands up. Wow, great run.
Wow, that was a tight run there for Kwai around that corner, end of that pass of the aircraft, bringing a 77, takes all the water gates. So a good result at the end. Looked tight at the beginning. Still to come, Mark Pierce, Kurt Bartholomew, Patrick Kessler, Jesse Wire, and Jeannie Bartholomew. Just looking at the scores now, as it stands with Mark Pierce. Let's just refresh what we've got on the screen. He took a 67 on round one. Very nice 84 on round two. So he's 10 points clear of Jeannie, and he is 15 points shy of Lou, but Lou's on the UAE team. So the next one up is Patrick Kessler on 184, down to Mark's 161. So he's 20 points behind the second place in accuracy as it stands.
Yes, it's a super tight race. It seems to be for third place, and it's anything can happen. One round left, anything can happen. Again, the way the Zone Act is scored, from the highest score gets 100 points, and then it's a percentage ranking down from that. So really critical for this last one for these few competitors, and I'm already seeing Mark Pierce, Staff Sergeant, Golden Knight. About to do his setup. Here he comes. Starting his rotation. Bringing it around. He's deep, so this is going to be a good run. He's set up good for this downwind leg. He needs a course correction here on his rears. Switching to toggles already to try to slow down. All 4 water gates. Can he get a stand-up landing? Yeah! Great run, Mark Pierce.
So big fight on for this silver medal right now. Patrick Kessler with a 91 and an 81 on the first 2 rounds. And Mark Pierce, 67 and 84. But here comes Kurt Bartholomew now.
All right. I can hear the grunt. Ugh. Brings it online. He's moving. He needs to slow down. He needs to drag a lot of water. On his rear, switching to toggles. Can he get a good stop in that center zone? Almost. Great run, Kurt Bartholomew.
And right behind him now, starting the approach, Patrick Kessler defending his silver medal position here in the accuracy.
Here he comes. Looking like he's going to have a good run. Switching to toggles. Missed that last gate on the water. Can he stand up? Yes, stand up. That's a great run. I think Patrick is going to hold on to that second place. That was a great run for Patrick Kessler.
Yeah, Mark Pierce on his 3rd round with an 84, equaling his 2nd round. In 3rd place, it was that first round of only 67, which is going to cost him. But here is Jesse Wire.
Out of Paraclete XP, PD Flight 1 team, Jesse Wire. Shaved his beard yesterday. He's looking real good. All 4 water gates. Can he stand up here? Almost. Good run for Jesse Wire. Trying to turn off his GoPro. That's not there.
And Jesse with a 67. Genie Bartholomew still to come through the course. Patrick Kessler finishing off on 184. Mark Pierce on 161. But Genie Bartholomew now.
Here she comes. Jeannie's been doing these multiple rotations. Snapping it around. Man, she's lined up really well. She's on her rears. Love those pretty pink shoes. She's going to get all the water. Can she stop? Can she stop with a stand-up? Oh, good run for Jeannie. All right.
Jeannie was pushing hard for that bronze medal in accuracy. She needed 94 points to bring that through. She scores 74, but a great result there with consistent scoring for Jeannie. Well, that's the end of the pro category now here in zone accuracy, and we move it through to the second half of the aircraft with our intermediates, and they are the future of canopy piloting. People to watch. We have a lot of respect for them. It's good to see them improving and bringing the sport to us all.
Yes, it's people were wondering about the different classes, and it's one of the things that if you're competing in the intermediate class, and I believe if you're on the podium, and you sort of need to then move to the next class up. So the winners of intermediate will have to be competing in the advanced class next season, and the same thing for the advanced. The winners of that will need to then compete in the open class. It's just about our level of experience and safety, and we're doing everything we can here for that. And I see canopies in the air. We still got about another 30 seconds or so till we hear a whistle. Again, the conditions on the water have not changed much. It's almost died down a little bit, which is good. So they're not getting that downwind push. So maybe they'll be able to stop a little bit better in that zone accuracy Ps.
So let's have a look at the intermediates now on accuracy, how it stands. Still in the lead, Julie Pierce with a 59 on round 1 and 51 on round 2. Blake Long, a 46 on round 1, 45 on round 2. So Julie is 32 points clear. Anton Demchenko, he's on 154.23. And so is Blake Long. There's a hundredth of a point between them. But here we go. Jonathan Pembleton bringing his 3rd and final round.
All right. He set up real good here. Coming through the course. Again, they need to drag water. Can he get a good stop and stand up? Ooh, almost. Good run for John Pemberton.
It's all to play for that silver medal here. Silver medal place between Blake Long and Anton Demchenko. But Jonathan with a 74, very nicely done indeed. Anton Demchenko now, he needs something good to secure and take that silver medal out of the hands of Blake Long.
Anton was a little off course, needing to correct. Not sure if he's getting any of these gates. Almost a little bit of a flyby over the course. Again, setups are really critical to your run. He was a little off, but next coming in, Julie Pierce. I see her in that pretty pink canopy.
Julie with 59 on round 1, 51 on round 2. And Anton taking a 0, but Julie now to cement her place at the top of this pike in the accuracy.
She's looking really good. She's lined up real well. Already switching to toggles to try and slow down, dragging a little water. Also maybe to slow her down and get into that zone. Really good run for Julie. Stuck on the strap there. All right.
Yeah, Julie Pace, they're finishing off with a 59. Blake Long in accuracy in second place before this round by 1/1000th of a point. He was 154.237 against 154.236 from Anton Gentenko, but Anton taking a 0. Blake Long now. Points on the board. That's what he needs.
Here he comes. Looked like he kept his pilot sheet and D-bag on. Most of the guys removed that stuff, but here he comes through the course. Much better than last time. Can he get a good stand-up and stop? Almost. Good job, Blake Long.
And just one more competitor to bring today's action to a close. With 59 points there from Blake Long, here comes Derek Deal.
All right. Derek starting his turn, bringing it around. He's a little tight on the course. I don't know if he's going to get this first gated or not. He's already going to toggles, flying through the course. He might be going out the back end of the zone. Yes, he is. But he kept it safe. That's the most important part, is safety at these meets. And that looks like that brings the end to our round 3 of zone accuracy.
It does indeed. And a big round of applause from all the crowd gathered here pondside at Skydive, Arizona. It's been a beautiful morning, beautiful conditions, just an absolute painted blue sky, those Arizona skies. We're going to get one more chat with, let's see if we can grab Julie perhaps, to have a quick word with Sonic before we sign off for the day. Tomorrow we'll be back with freestyle action. Keep your comments coming in as well on the live stream. We want to keep hearing for you. Derek Deal taking a 0 then on that third and final round. But let's go down one final time pondside with Sonic.
All right, here we are pondside with John Pemberton. Final last run, man. How'd you feel for this competition?
Yeah, first nationals. It's just an honor to be out here and swooping this great pond. A lot of fun, learned a lot, and just a great competition group to learn from out here in Arizona.
That's awesome. So you say it's your first nationals. Have you been competing part of the USCPA?
I have, yeah. So I've made 3 of the USPA events, culminating here at meet number 6, and won that one, trying to roll that into nationals, and just been a lot of fun for sure.
That's awesome. Is there anybody back at home you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, my wife, who's coming out here for 4-way, and the entire Golden Knights. Thanks for letting me come on leave and come out here and compete. So,
great job, John. Congratulations.
Thanks, Sonic.
All right, brother.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, everybody. It's been brilliant to bring all the action to you all morning long. We'll be back tomorrow around the same time, maybe a little bit later with freestyle. But from all of us here at the USPA Nationals, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Como un mal vecino.
Teniendo un accidente ya es bastante malo.
No tienes que luchar solo contra las compañías de seguro.
Seguiremos luchando
hasta que obtengamos justicia.
Nunca estás solo.
Nosotros siempre estamos en tu esquina.
Con abogado más chingón,
luchamos por ti.